I want to get behind you and lift you up like Simba in Lion King.
Pause. That's a heavy pause. Heavy
It's
pause.
not white.
Get behind
And lift you up.
and then lift.
Lift you up like Simba from Lion King.
That's a
It's
pause.
non-binary because I haven't had sex. So nice try.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
I was trying to find.
I'm not signifying.
You trying to find
I'm
a
not
way.
saying that. I keep saying this. You can't wind me off because I complete sentences.
I hear you with that. Listen,
You said worse.
Do me a favour. Hey, Gabriel, do me a favour. Does your shoulder hurt from reaching? I can't know that.
You're nasty.
On one of the beats.
You're nasty.
I heard that Lady Ray soon.
Trying to run it like 100
Oh my
times, but
God.
what is yours? What is
she's
city's mine?
mad pretty, you know.
Can we
Lady
let it
Rage.
Yep.
Who?
She's a
I'll
bar,
give you
man.
that. I'll give you that.
Lady Rage. She's mad pretty.
She's a bar, man.
I realised it the other day.
She's not pretty as shit.
She's got that rap prettiness.
Mm-hmm.
This is episode 203 of the DSP podcast with myself, Reese, back in the studio. Who do I have in the studio to my left?
Oh, it's me. Hi. Oh, I related for a second now.
No, no, I'm concerned. You know, they talk about multitasking. Katie can't do it.
No.
I can.
You can't because you just felt it in that moment. To my left,
You know Larry's like on your left.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just shut up.
like the Falcon.
Oh.
To my right,
Drinks.
next to him,
Oh.
I'm behind the camera.
Gabriel.
Kay, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Perfect. Mark, how you doing?
Alright.
Oh,
Brill.
pardon? Bro, wasn't brilliant.
Brill.
That was really quick, guys. Wow.
Gab,
That's what you did.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good.
good week.
Good week. Yeah, it's been a good week.
Yeah.
Everyone, good week.
Wow, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
You move.
I thought everyone was going to say, yeah, really
Katie,
good week.
after 150 episodes you've been on this pod, you don't have the right to tell anybody anything.
Sure. It's
I
fine.
thought everyone was on the same page. Like, you know,
You know,
did we?
We've never been on the same
listen,
page.
you remember that book that that show that used to come, there was a cartoon of the movie that used to come on Channel 5 called Never Ending Story. That's you.
The never-ending story.
That's you.
Cabs up, no, but
Beat you.
Yeah.
we know this.
My generation was
bang bang.
Tracy Beaker. Yeah, I used to love it, Tracy Beaker.
My God. How much life went from the Never-Ending Story to Tracy
This one choking over here.
That's my girl, man.
No, it's not.
That's my girl. I felt like me and her was close
Why are you
friends,
trying to
like.
speak when you're choking?
No, I wasn't. I was laughing because the way he. No one can see Gabs. It's the way he gritted his teeth. Oh!
No, but like,
Choking on fizzy drink
you
is
see,
the worst.
did you
my
not have
friends.
the shows you watch in the morning before going to school? For
Oh,
me,
yeah.
it was for me, it was Tracy Beaker, That's So Raven, and maybe I might be able to fit in a Jackie Chan, the cartoon
I used to
version.
watch Jackie Chan when I got back in. I didn't watch it in the morning.
But then when I got back in, it was Trouble. So it was My Wife and Kids, One on One, them kind of shows there.
Oh, Trouble TV. We love the Trouble TV.
We had TV AM.
TVA.
Saturday.
They had the clangers. They had the clangers. They had movements, and they had Magic Roundabout. That's what you had.
I hate
That's the three you had. The
Oh,
clangers,
that song.
Magic Roundabout.
Do you remember there was always a Magic
We had the
Roundabout?
original Big Breakfast though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know who I did? You know who I didn't
Wait,
like?
did you have the Raggy Dolls as well?
The two
Yeah.
white
Fucking
guys, the two white men.
Dick and Dom.
Chuckle.
Chuckle
Brothers.
Yeah.
No one. I didn't know no one that liked them.
And I didn't like Mr. Bean. I could
I
not
like
stand
him.
I love
Mr.
Mr.
Bean.
Bean.
Mr. Bean is the best.
I could not stand
He is
Mr.
so
Bean,
funny.
man.
Till this day,
What?
I still use Mr. Bean memes and GIFs.
Mr. Bean was.
He's the best.
That and is it
Yeah.
Beetle? Beetle about?
Oh, Jeremy Beadle. See, now we're just going on. Now we're just certain age.
Yeah, true. Anyway, swiftly moving on.
Yeah, let's get it started.
Pivot! Pivot!
Alright, choker.
You're struggling, Mark.
Oh, no, my chest
Wow, named to
really,
get
really
someone.
hurts.
Choker. That's a crazy
I've
name.
heard, and I just chose to ignore
That's
it.
a
It's
wild
nasty. Oh, shit.
Just like Katie has talked because it titted and she's trying to pop out, yeah.
Come on,
Ken-
I wonder what he's gonna.
Sometimes, Reese.
Sometimes you gotta pop out the show.
Sometimes you gotta pop out.
On I think it's Juneteenth, which was June the 19th, correct?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So, by the time
We
this
can't
episode's
celebrate
come out-
that though. It's
No.
not for us.
Yeah, because but we wouldn't.
It's not
We're
like
not
us.
foundational Black Americans. So we can't
But
celebrate.
we're Foundation Black. It doesn't make we're not Foundation Black Americans. We're Foundation Black. It's different.
Wait.
You know they say we're not black.
We're one. The thing is, we're one
Yeah.
person removed from our heritage. Their heritage has been rubbed out. The thing about the thing about ignorant of Black Americans, one, for me personally, they are perceived as subsidiaries because you're not an American, you're an African American.
African-American.
It's like being in England where you're deemed British and not English. It's the same thing. Not only just that, is you have no lineage to the motherland, and because you crave it, people like Dr. Umar, when they say the most ignorant, dumb things for an for an educated man, you just come across more stupid.
And then they've got lineage, but it's been wiped out. As in they can't trace.
I wouldn't say they've got lineage because a lot of them don't cross. When you hear, until the last 4 or 5 years, when they used to talk about Caribbeans, when they used to talk about Africans, it was done with like defamatory and disgust.
They pull up their tethers.
Yeah. So to them, now where you can kind of see where the culture doesn't run for America no more, it runs for everywhere else. So where they've always been the God bless America, no place else, they're no longer the focal point of blackness, and I think they're struggling with that.
Music is even showing that as well. But then they would say American black artists have influenced the Tylers, the Thames,
But they haven't, because it's not the same beat, it's not the same BPM. These music pre-existed. That's their ignorance saying that because we didn't do it. Like before, American DJs could go to Africa and go to these places and play hip hop. You can't. You have to. You got to go to those places and play the music that they want to hear.
Yep.
Excuse me.
But as I said, sometimes I suggest like Katie stop. Sometimes you got to pop out. Kung Fu Kenny, who has popped out in the last week and a half to be at Compton College University, is also got a show, Ken&Friends, on Juneteenth.
Which is by the time this episode comes out the very following day.
Yeah, I'm pissed because I wish I could see it. I know it's streaming on
Amazon.
Is it streaming on Amazon?
Amazon Prime.
I know it's streaming in America. I didn't know
Serious?
it was streaming somewhere. It's on the American.
It's supposed to be Twitch and Amazon Prime.
I saw Twitch. I
got
didn't see
Pay?
Amazon.
At Twitch
Have
and
you got to
Amazon
pay
Prime.
for it though?
No.
No,
Is
it's
it no?
good.
Because when things stream on Amazon, you've got them additional
No,
subscriptions.
because
No.
Kendrick's concert,
Something
the
called
Paris leg,
Amazon Live.
is on Amazon.
Oh yeah, they will be free.
There's
Oh.
something called Amazon
Amazon's
Prime,
out.
Amazon Live is going to be on.
Who do you think will pop out?
Do you have an Amazon subscription? I've got one.
Scissor.
You think?
Yeah.
They've got a couple things together. Of
I think Scissor. Obviously, Baby King.
course.
Baby King will pop out.
I know exactly what song they're doing there. Dun, dun, dun.
Mm.
How many times will come out?
I want to say J Rock.
I think TDE will pop out.
I think
Yeah,
TD,
yeah.
I think TD
They're
will
still
pop out.
they're still cool with each other.
Of course they
So
would.
Tilly will pop out. Damn.
But this is the
That's
thing,
already
though.
happened.
This is the thing, though. If it's the thing about the speculation about who may or may not pop out
Everyone who don't like Drake.
is exactly because it's going to be
Future mask off.
Oh.
Metro Boomin and Future.
Oh, that would be.
Imagine
Like
no, the very
Sensational.
first ever like that performance. Because now this is the thing.
Like that and not like us.
This is the thing that no. And this is my question. Do you think he will do any
Yes.
of the track? Because if he just wanted to, and he could, because he knows now that he has all of our ears, and he could just come out and do B-sides, best, tracks from Around, track from Damn, the tracks from Butterfly that he's never really done. He could do a B-sides concert, but because he's got all of our ears, we will all watch it, hoping and praying, even to just hear the beginning of Teddy Pendergrass. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you think he will just?
Listen, I've got a dream. I've got this dream in my head. That
If I think he will perform if Future is available, because I know Metro Boomin will be available.
Mm.
If Future is available and they do like
Like that.
thank you, then ultimately I think it goes off.
Yeah.
When he does not like us, I'm telling you right now, it will be the last song.
I was thinking,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
about to
yeah.
say
Not
that.
only would it be the last song, that song's getting 14 pull-ups.
So you hear the-
Do you know what? Because it's going to be long awaited, isn't it?
When
Frank Ocean.
A
No,
minor
but
drops,
this-
you're pulling it.
But the question, and this
Yeah.
is what I'm asking, not like us, we know that will play.
Time out. Remember, it's called the pop out. The main lyric. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show people,
But
but with the N word.
will we see Euphoria?
No.
Will we
No.
get Meet the Grahams?
No.
Will we get 616 in LA?
No.
Why possibly not?
Because
Because again,
'Cause
as
he-
I just said,
I don't think he would
They're not
make
show
it.
It could
stoppers.
go one.
I don't
No.
Yeah, but I don't think he will make it just about that.
Drake.
he doesn't want to make it about
I think
Drake.
if he was to do one of them songs, he'll do Not Like Us.
You get like that as well.
Yeah.
I want more. I want to see them.
He
Because
won't
no,
do
no,
more.
no. Because you will never see any of them again.
Yeah,
you
but
can't.
but the way
But that's how
Kendrick,
diss tracks
Not
are.
like how-
You're kind
yeah,
of just meant to put them out there and not
You're not meant to
perform
perform.
them.
Here's the thing. The reason why we want, for example, Not Like Us will be the song that everybody knows you're expecting to hear. Because ultimately, for the whole month and a bit where this back and forth was happening, while Drake was doing the most on the internet, which we've discussed multiple times, even now, post, we've not heard Kendrick say anything.
not a word.
You see,
As he
anyone
did
who's seen the
that time.
speech, he's talking about the college, talk to God like he's your homie, the rest of that stuff, anything regarding to that, it's everybody else
Who's doing all the
who's
talking?
affiliated, not close, affiliated with him,
Yeah.
who have come out and said K dot X, Y, and Z. He hasn't said a thing. So ultimately, when it comes down to it, I don't think it's going to be about Drake anyway. It's not. But when you know that song is now a triple,
But it is.
the song, but respectfully, that last song is the last song that we're talking about. It's triple platinum, and it's become triple platinum in 35 days. Right? Yeah.
I have a feeling he may not even do it. You know?
Not like us.
Because it's expected, but it's like he
But
has
this
to,
is
but
what
then
I
he's
said,
going
he's got
to.
our ears. So even if he doesn't, we love to see him perform. We're all going to be sitting, hoping
It
to
will
hear
happen.
it.
He'll end the show, he'll walk off stage, and then come back. Na, 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 na.
Yeah, probably no.
Na, na,
I see.
na, na, na.
No, it's like everyone's gonna be quiet and be like, I see dead people.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
You have a band and like people dancing. Yeah, he could
That's-
pop out and show
Phenomenal.
people.
All right. I think we're going to see at least three people from TDE. I think we may get Scissor.
3 of them.
3.
Free titties.
I'd love to see Absol, but I don't think it will happen.
I
think
think
you get-
I think
I think
Q's
you
coming.
get College Greens. I think you get Q.
I think Q's coming.
You
Yeah,
get
I
Q.
think- I think
you get J Rock.
Daylight's coming.
Always. You might get Pusha.
Terrace.
Ooh, that would be nice if Pusha comes.
They got nostalgia.
If they do not,
You might.
if they do nostalgia,
And then
Do it.
so I have to do a beat switch with Not Like Us over it.
oh my God,
But yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to
excited.
Why you let your phone run to 1% like a child?
Because I knew I could charge it when I got here. I carried my portable with me. Sorry, guys.
1%.
It's not 1%.
It is on 1%.
Oh, is it really?
let me tell someone something.
Oh, it was on 12 just now, but yeah.
Brother,
Shut up, man.
The worst thing is, we've been in the studio for an hour. She could have charged the phone at any time.
Because I knew I would need it. So I was like, let me just charge it when we're... Anyway, that doesn't matter.
What?
I did say I'm going to charge it.
By the way, I'll be looking for that link when it drops because I really want to see the performance anyway.
Yeah.
As long as obviously
What
from
link?
our end, just go and pay attention.
No, but it wouldn't be on
repeat
the
it.
link, it would just be
As
on
long
mine.
that's the point. When the link's out, and I haven't finished what I was saying. As long as the sound is good when it's
Right,
being
it will
streamed,
be.
I'll be happy because sometimes it can
Have you
go.
seen the other concert that's on
His
Amazon
one
Prime?
That's
from
what I was
Yeah.
gonna
I
say.
saw it live, so that's why I watched it.
It's dope.
But enough about that because I can't wait to hear that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
V-O.
we were talking about Sunak early on, and is Rishi Sunak, who I refer to as Sunak and the big Sunak, the big stepper, because of them boots he always wears, or the little man with little
Yo, did you
features.
see him on the football pitch the other day? That
No.
was the
Is he
most
small?
He's tiny.
awkward thing.
He's like 5'5". He's tiny. He's 5'5", 5'6".
No,
He's
no.
tiny.
You know,
He
there's
looks
one thing
tall.
I've never
Yeah,
really
he's
paid
Tiny.
attention
No, he
to.
doesn't. He looks like a small man.
I always thought he was
He's
tall.
tiny.
man.
He's tiny.
I
Petite.
thought people just call him small man.
Always gone for
He's
He's got no
He's
aura.
actually
though.
small.
He looks like a Wallace and Gromit character. I'm not trying to be rude. He just does.
He wants to be like
Now I
so
can't see
bad.
it.
It's puzzling.
But yeah, so
You what?
me and O were talking about. He had an
He's
interview.
5'6".
He's still small,
Wow.
right? Yeah. So
That's literally just a bit.
I watched an interview with him earlier on in the week regarding his manifesto with the election coming up, and then O saw another interview which he's going to talk about now.
Yeah,
I've got the audio if you want.
please.
Well done, Mark.
Healthier than the king. What do you do day to day to make sure you're still in touch with the kind of struggles ordinary people face? Have you ever gone without something?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, my family emigrated here with very little, and that's how I was raised. I was raised with the values of hard work.
What did you go without as a child?
I went out with lots of things, right? Because my parents wanted to put everything into our education, and that was a priority.
So what sort of things had to be sacrificed?
Lots of things, right? I
Can you give me an example of
all sorts of things. Like lots of people, there'll be all sorts of things that I would have wanted as a kid that I couldn't have, right? Famously, Sky TV. So that was something that we never had growing up, actually. But there's lots of things. But again, that's my experience is obviously going to be.
Answer the blood clot
No, that's
question
given.
properly.
It's given
Freestyle.
Baby Reindeer Woman on Piers Morgan when she couldn't answer the question about what degree did she get in law. Oh, I did all right. Yeah, but, oh, what was your grades? Yeah, I got all right grades.
Not having Sky,
diverted.
not having Sky, is not that deep.
Plus, when he was a child, Sky wouldn't have been a thing because
Richie didn't have Sky. Sorry, I had to play that.
No, but that
it
was.
doesn't. No, but that doesn't matter because people would have had Virgin.
No,
And
but-
even if you didn't,
No,
you
but
would
you're
have, that's
no,
not
but Katie,
we're gonna have
you're
that.
overthinking it. Sky is not that deep.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
Your mum was a pharmacist.
Very
Your-
poor.
Your mum's a
And I had
pharmacist
Sky.
or was a pharmacist, and your dad is a doctor, was or is a GP, right? Yeah. Even then, regardless of what your parents had, there's also an interview of when you were 17 saying, "I have no working class friends," right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to only go by what people say and judge them on what they say.
Mhm.
Now, where he's he's public facing as the PM, you judge him based on what he says and what he does.
Yeah.
So you're saying that stuff, cool. What are we aware of, right? Yeah, the same man moaning about immigration, even though his family were immigrants, more immigrants have got into the country in the last 6 to 12 months than in the last 3 years. As an example, the same man moaning, "Oh, I didn't have this, I didn't have that," is married to a billionaire. Ironically, his billionaire wife is richer than the Queen or the King currently. His billionaire wife apparently had shares in one of the medical things during COVID. Right, yeah? So ultimately, whether or not when he steps down as PM and goes somewhere else, he's still going to earn residual income because when you step down, you still earn 100 grand, I
Yeah.
think.
He's good.
He's good.
He
Right.
good.
Now, me personally, him saying he went without Sky, I don't really think that's a struggle.
It's not.
Far
Because
from it.
that's a leisure.
But I think that's the
I was just about to say it is,
idea
but-
of what
That's his
what
struggle.
this not uproar, but then the drama around this interview and that comment is that when asked what did you go without, the only thing that he could come to his mind was Sky
That's the
TV.
mentality of someone that don't.
But then
know
again, that's not to
struggle.
say that Dad didn't have them big satellites, because remember there was a period of time when the big satellites in the
Yeah.
back garden were the thing. So, but again, Sky, you could think, oh, there were times where we didn't eat.
Yeah, because
That-
you don't
but
have that
that's what-
mentality because he's probably never
Can
really
I-
known struggle.
Can I give him the benefit of the doubt though?
Go on,
Like,
what
the
do you want to
benefit
give
of the
him?
doubt. Yeah.
Well,
Let's play
oh.
devil's. I'm gonna be like
Yeah,
Colin.
even O looked at you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play
Yes.
devil's Collins.
Thank you.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that. I'm gonna be like Collins. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Right? So, I grew up very poor, family members, council estate.
You grew up in the gully, bro.
that kind of stuff, grew up in
Would it
bad. We grew up in bad areas. Do you know what I'm saying? Grew up in the hood, as some people would say. Just a bad area, if you ask me. Cool. But I can't think of things that I really didn't have. Like, my parents still kind of made sure I had certain things. So,
But you
the
know,
question, like, what did you go without? It's a tough one. Because there's probably many things I went without.
But
You-
But then
you
I
have
don't,
no idea.
I have
No,
no
that's
idea
the
of it.
thing.
Like, I don't even...
you can't
You know
miss
what I'm
it.
saying?
such a life and such a bubble was created around you that you felt like you didn't want for anything. Therefore, for what you had, you were happy.
Yeah, maybe I did
And
miss
you
out on it.
didn't
Yeah, I don't feel like that.
anything.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
you had trainings, you had clothes, you had food.
Exactly.
You
So-
didn't want a grade A burger because you weren't aware of them things.
Exactly.
But Jollof Rice was always
But
about.
was always
and
about,
Gusi was always
exactly.
about.
I
You
think
know
that's
what
down to your
I love
to your
that.
That's what I said,
that's
it's a
down
hard
to your
question to
family.
answer.
That's down to your
About-
family as well.
Yeah, but don't you think to put someone on the spot to answer that kind of question, it is quite hard because if you ask me
No,
that question,
no.
I don't think it's
I
hard.
couldn't tell you much.
Nah, I
Because
feel like
I'm not
if
aware of
you've
much that
known,
I've
if you've
missed out
known
on.
a certain
And I
struggle,
know I was broke.
if you like Kay said, if you come from a certain struggle, then
you would know.
you
able
kinda
to
know.
name
Okay,
things.
Gabriel, can I
Yeah.
rebuttal that properly? Right, yeah. It's less about coming from a struggle. You're the prime minister of the country, right? Yeah. Ultimately, the reason why this question is even asked in the first place because the rhetoric is you are not the person of the people. How can you be close to? How can you be close? How can you run a country and say you understand the strifes of people if you have a billionaire wife? Which means accumulatively, you're both richer than, pardon the term, God himself. Right, yeah? If you're richer than royalty, you're richer than God himself. You don't even need expenses. So how can you talk for the common man in a Shropshire, in a Manchester, in a Hull, in a Middlesbrough, if you yourself don't know that pivot? You can say it, right, yeah, but you don't know the pivot. When he's saying things like that, it's like saying I've got a black friend or I can't be homophobic because my cousin. See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Ultimately, what's happening is it's being asked because of how you've moved in the last year and a half.
And to be fair, he does have to make sure he's in a position to answer those kind of questions.
You were also the
because he knows
treasurer.
he's gonna get
You were
checked
also
on.
the treasurer before you became prime minister. The issue in which you have in this is the fact that you know you're on the, I can't remember what the correct term is. You're on a campaign run. Yeah. So naturally, when you're on a campaign run, same for if you're going for the president of the United States, France, ECT, or whatever, like globally, when you're on a campaign run, yeah, you have advisors. You're going to be asked uncomfortable questions which you have to prepare for. You can tell when someone is in the mud when they feel uncomfortable when they're being asked a question. There's elements where I guarantee you he walks away from interviews and he's like F and P hole. Like you can tell where he's generally frustrated.
Yeah.
If you don't follow politics, like you don't, you're backing him based on but the struggle. No, these questions have to be asked because when it's time to vote on July the 4th, we want to know if you get another 5 years, because ultimately it's been 14 years of Conservatives, so it might be 19 years of Conservatives, yeah? Right, yeah? If you get put into power...
By the way, Labour have themselves to blame for this.
Keir Starmer has this... Right, yeah, By the way, Keir Starmer used to be a lot.
No, I'm saying they have themselves to blame for the whole swing to Conservatives.
Of course.
Because,
I
remember that.
But the thing is, the whole swing, if it was 4 to 7 years, fine. 14 years is a joke. It means in 14 years...
The Labour Party's doing nothing.
They're mudded.
They're clowns.
Right, yeah.
That's it.
So...
Fam, even Lib Debs came.
Lib Dems look alright.
And got a
Lib Dems look alright.
Is it Nick something?
Nick Clegg?
Yeah.
I spoke to him once. We had a nice chat,
You know the new...
chat with Nick.
Before we because I don't want to make this into a political debate kind of thing, yeah? Because I know the leader of Lib Dem, if you research his story now, the current one, how that guy has time to be a politician, I'll never know. He's got a disabled son who's non-verbal and a wife who I think's got multiple sclerosis, and he's a full-time carer for both of them.
Damn.
That's the man of the people, really, from what it sounds like. And
I vote for that guy.
And so, but then, as I said, I have to read manifestos, and we have time in the next 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
But to go back to your question, you were going to ask about struggle, and you've forgotten your question because you paused.
No, I totally remember the question, but I was just thinking about politics of it all. So what my question was to each and every single one of you was, and this may be a hard one for Gabriel, but what is something that you feel like you may have missed out on as a child that when you became an adult you were able to either buy yourself or get
Scales.
A Pyrex dish.
Sorry.
To be fair, though, my own.
Since we're saying stupid stuff, these white bitches. No,
That's a bleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a heavy bleep.
Yeah.
What time stamp is that?
Maybe we need to censor over his mouth as well, because I don't know if people can lip read very well. But I
7,
think
I'll take a picture of the bars. Yeah. So.
I don't personally think I missed out on anything. Like, more so, like, I grew up in Wandsworth Road, which is like near Vauxhall before I moved to Streatham, and even in the time when me and my older sister and my mum lived together, I think this was Conservative government, early 90s. I think it was Thatcher, I can't remember. And we struggled in a sense where it was just like how the government was run at the time. Like, it was harder for my mum. But even if my mum struggled, as kids, we never saw it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's the biggest point.
Yeah.
That means we have very, very good parents.
Exceptional
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you never saw the struggle. Like, even if we wanted something, no, you can't have it. But it didn't mean we couldn't get it at a later date.
At a later
Yeah.
date.
Right, yeah.
That's what I mean,
So then,
yeah.
ultimately, I don't believe that struggling, because what ends up happening is, all that means is, when you get older, you'll want to kind of help your parent, or you'll want to do well, is there because you have foundations to build on.
Mm.
Not saying that everyone has to go through struggle to get nice things, but I think most people's understanding of struggle is completely different. Because ultimately, you can have everything in the world, and your child can end up being a little shit.
Yeah.
Pardon my language.
Mhm.
That's me. I don't know about Katie or Mark and Odo.
Yeah.
I literally have to copy and paste exactly what Reece said because that's literally how I feel. Like I've never felt.
Lazy,
I've never.
lazy,
We've never gone without. And again, if we did, it was always, okay, you have to work for this, or it was more we had to earn things. And whether that was like my mum's way of saying, okay, no, you can't have it right now, but you can have it later date, like you'd have to earn it. It was always learning the value of something as well. So we could get what we wanted, but it wasn't just on demand here.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we've never gone without. Definitely. And again, if there was ever a real struggle, we never saw it. But yeah, I don't think there was always food in the house, even if it was budget food for that week, because that week was a bit tight. It was never. Never felt like.
What's that rice that people say is a cheap rice? Is it bullet rice? Bullet rice?
Mate,
tasted it.
regardless of any struggles,
Corned
always
beef
been
and rice,
basmati.
man.
I cannot lie. But
Corned beef's expensive.
No, but
It's
corned
expensive
beef-
now.
Yeah,
Corned beef
crazy.
is so expensive.
Corned beef is a
but I
slap
will
then.
eat-
Yeah,
I
no,
will
100.
I'll eat that meal now. Well, I still do. I love corned beef and rice, or like
Corned
salmon
beef.
and rice.
Corned beef is expensive.
Yeah, it's
It
expensive
is.
now, man.
It's a luxury meal. It's definitely not a budget meal
Yeah, it's not a
now.
budget meal. I would say like
Beans on toast.
there's probably three things when I think about it. I'll say I didn't have my own bedroom. It was 4 boys in one room, bunk beds.
Didn't have your own Glock.
So that's crazy.
No, you didn't say no.
and then I'll say the other thing I'll say is time. I'll say time was one of the things that I didn't have as a kid like that, because I think we grew up kind of fast. Like I grew up kind of fast because I remember being young, and as soon as I come back from school,
He was in the block.
They don't know about the block life.
This is dumb.
7 and Fiends.
So dumb.
Oh,
Right,
You have to push 2 like 1 dog.
I remember coming back from school.
What do they
And
call
cool,
it?
we go
Punch. Man was going to punch at what age?
People, this is why Gabs is never on camera. Please note that,
Man was
yeah?
getting right straight to punch. You didn't know about their childhood.
Man dropped off the school bag and picked up the duffel.
This is dumb.
Oh my god,
But
dude.
yeah, I'll say I'll say it's probably why I'm hard working now with like what I do, work ethic, but it's not what you guys are saying. But I remember I finished school, cool, first thing, school was across the road, come home, cool, have 4 digestive biscuits each, jump in the car,
Jump in the
Definitely eat duffel
car.
bag.
Go to Conch.
go to our parents' takeaway, and stay there till 10 p.m. helping them out.
Was you paying the fiends from the back?
This is crazy. This is crazy. And then after 10 p.m, we would go to Dalston to close up their other takeaway van that they had.
Oh, this is old school Dalston.
Yeah, old school Dalston.
Oh, so the
Dalston
bees were
Market.
active them times. Yeah,
Oh.
you made bread the one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Over fist, wasn't it?
It's
Oh,
crazy.
dear.
And then I'll get home.
No wonder you're a good businessman.
I get home like 1 a.m. sometimes, and then
At what age?
like primary school.
Me
And
favour.
then we'll wake up and go
In
primary
my brain,
school.
yeah, I'm gonna put like
Wake up
Jadinia's
in
Classic
school.
Man. I'm gonna put Jadinia's Classic Man in the background, yeah, but change it with I'm a businessman. You can get.
But yeah, but no, those are the only things I'll say. I lacked was time, experience kids would have had doing childish things and growing up as a kid. But I didn't even have that.
You did. I want to say something. Go hold it.
This is dumb. I want to hear what Owen started because my mum was. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good.
Oh God!
I'm grateful for my experiences.
Mine's quite simple. I always wanted a pair of Jordans.
You missed out on electricity.
What?
Oh, nah.
The area he's from, you missed out on electricity.
Nigeria, yes.
I'm in the Stone Age, but okay, go on.
Nah, you're mad. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Yo.
I always wanted a pair of Jordans. But
Were Jordans a thing back then?
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, it was
They've
Air
always
Forces.
been a thing.
do you see the ignorance and the narcissism of these fucking young whippersnappers?
No,
What did you think back then?
Back then.
Whippersnappers.
It wasn't Jordans. It was Air
No,
Forces.
but you have to.
TNs.
But you have to understand.
Yeah, but if you're not
Listen,
seeing the film like
Jordan-
Mike,
I'm
the
coming
Jordans
from
go
the
way back.
generation when
Jordans go way
Jordans
back.
started.
80s, late 80s, going into 90s is Jordans.
It was acceptable in the 80s, trust me.
I genuinely thought Jordans only became a thing in the UK recently.
No, I had Jordan 11s. I had Jordan 11s. The white ones with the little. Is it the white ones with the leather
It shows
trainer,
you
which had the
'cause
air
there's
bubble.
a film called Air, which
I didn't-
speaks about.
I was just about to
which
say,
is about.
if you look at, you watch the film Air. I haven't seen that yet.
I remember
110s.
Nike Shocks, 110s.
I had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Dunks were still, Dunks were a thing then. What?
I lived in Cortez's.
I
I lived in Cortez's.
had,
What's what Cortez is on now?
what is,
Is it Cortez?
Are they Cortez's?
No.
Superstars,
Are they SDs? What are they?
Stan
SDs?
I
Smiths,
think so, yeah.
Chuck
Yeah,
Taylors.
I mean, and
Hey,
again,
Justin.
it wasn't like I didn't have shoes on my feet. It's not like I didn't have trainers. I wasn't able to go out.
You weren't
to the
doing barefoot
playground
around the back of the
and
east.
be fine. I was able to go out. I had shoes. I had my Knicks. I had my.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh my God, my Dunlop. I had.
Oh,
I had all.
oh, can I ask you a question?
Dunlops weren't the
Weren't the
shit
trainers.
there back then.
So, yeah, just to clarify, you wasn't wearing the Nazareth 9s in the back of East, by the way.
Nah, all market
cool.
trainers, mate.
It weren't like the
What?
open toe
I was
Nazareth 9s.
Working them.
You know, like the Jesus shoes.
Jesus Christ, what's
Yeah.
that? The Charlie Watson.
The Nazareth 9s.
Yeah. Anyway, wear market shoes, and again, I didn't feel like I needed them or wanted them, but then as I became an adult, it was something that when I bought it, I felt like, oh, I'm pleasing.
Jesus Christ.
What?
I was about to say more. I was helping out the child in me who wanted the shoes, but the hose too.
Also, it helped the hose.
With Jordans.
No, because I genuinely think, because I've seen videos of
The
people,
hose.
I've seen videos of their generation, and these are way more stylish.
Yeah.
With the way they wore clothes, with the way they used to drop things, they were way more stylish. We're way more uniform. They were way more creative.
Okay.
We're uniform. We Nike Tech.
Well, you don't think Harley's a collective style is
No, because it's uniform, because they're all doing it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
So
you mean?
It's
Oh,
a
where
look.
it
It's
is
a look. I
eclectic,
see what you mean.
But every girl's doing Ice Spice is doing the Y2K, and they're copying the style. They're trying to
Early 2000s, yeah.
Right, and they're just doing too much. Whereas their generation, generally looking at it like, wow, these black guys. Like, you know, you see like pictures of Hackney in the 80s, like, and you're like, wait, what? These lot had style.
I'm gonna get stabbed in a 3-piece
We
suit.
didn't
It's
have
crazy.
that.
Right there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Mark, what you want? What you need?
Bang.
I didn't need or want anything, but I would say to flip it,
You would start.
I always wanted to have a 2-parent household.
Oh, let me not laugh.
I always not dreamt of that, but my dad has always been in my life, but
Just never in the same house.
yeah, but I would say that's the only thing I wanted. But then my mum looked after me very well, so I never
You did
wanted.
feel like you were missing
For
out.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad would say she spoilt me, but I never asked for anything.
Mm.
So no, I don't know. It's a weird one. I always, if I really wanted something, I'd just work hard, like school wise, and like, Mum, I've done this. Can I get?
Question though, yeah. How is Rishi Sunak able to answer questions like this? And the public.
You see, yeah, but you hear the way he was circling, not even like saying one.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question before I answer that question?
Yeah.
Do you understand why I call him the big stepper? Do you want me to explain why?
Yeah,
The other day he did a TV appearance, and this guy had on the most rustic boots I've ever seen in my life. In my head, I was like, what charity shop did they go and find to get him them boots? Right, yeah? And they were like old school Fed boots, like Dennis the Menace Beano boots, clumpy Fed boots.
Beano
Like,
boots.
you're working in the warehouse or the Tesco's and they give you them metal steel cap boots. Yeah, the Dandy Dan boots.
I was literally gonna say. I was literally gonna say
Not the Desperate Dans.
Yeah.
The Desperate Dan 12s.
There you go.
Shit.
So the thing is, because I saw them, I was like, cool. The reason why he can get away with this is ultimately because he called for an election, and here's the joke. I still think he wins, or it's going to be a hung parliament. We're no longer in a recession, so the economy is somewhat improved. Right, yeah? But that could just be swings and roundabouts, regardless. The reason why he can get away with this is because ultimately, though he's the PM, you also have a lot of other people in Conservative who don't have the same background as him, as in like minorities or have a billionaire wife or, you know what I'm trying to say?
No, but I'll keep it real with you. I think the Asians are voting for him.
Of course they are.
Because they're not
Right,
women. Don't,
But
they're
it's-
trying to talk that they
But it's also a lot of voters are
Trying to vote
also
for him.
a lot of voters are also older people. The reason why, to answer your secondary question which you asked, Labour's been muddied. Why? And I've spoken this on the pod before. The last few Labour leaders, in my opinions, don't make you think I want to get behind you and lift you up like Simba in Lion King.
Pause. That's a heavy pause. Heavy pause.
That's not why.
Get behind
And lift you up.
And then lift.
Lift you up like Simba from Lion King.
That's a
It's
pause.
non-binary because I haven't said the sex. So nice try.
There we go.
And it was
There we
connected
go.
to the
There we
I mean, I
go.
was just like, I was trying to find.
I'm not signifying.
You trying to find
I'm
a
not
way.
saying that.
The
You can't. I keep saying this. You can't wind me off because I complete sentences.
I hear you, but listen.
You said you said worse.
Do me a favour.
it was
Hey, Gabriel, do me a favour. Does your shoulder hurt from reaching? I just want to know that.
It was buffering.
Easy, yes, club.
Let me finish the sentence before you
No,
try
he's
to wind me
reaching.
off.
Easy, yes, club.
You would say not even Corbyn.
So, I'm
I'm
thinking-
like Corbyn.
No.
I don't know why.
Corbyn was the only one I
No,
respected.
but let me be real with you.
Yeah.
As a person who votes, yeah, because a lot of men don't vote, from Ed Miliband
I remember that
to
guy. That's when I
Corbyn
fell off,
to Corbyn
politics.
to Keir Starmer, all
Who's
three of
that?
Keir Starmer, Sir Keir Starmer, or Ed Miliband.
See, I came off Labour after the Miliband brothers.
So then-
one of them was like Gareth Barry.
So then, do you know the? So
Can't vote for
I'm gonna end it on.
Gareth
I'm
Barry.
gonna do this part and then we'll move on. Yeah.
Please.
So the Ed Miliband, Dave Miliband situation was Dave Miliband was too close to Tony Blair. Dave Miliband made the most sense for Labour at the time, even though they were in transition. Ed Miliband, in a way, snaked his brother to become Labour leader.
The Labour
A
leader.
lot of people didn't like that because they said, "Well, if you could do it to your brother for power, what would you do to everybody else?"
They were
So-
Jewish as well, right?
I don't know their background. So what ended up happening was Dave Miliband apparently moved to America, and then Ed Miliband became PM. You see where Boris played the clown, and he was able to be hyper intelligent, but come across as a bumbling buffoon. What ended up happening was why Ed was in power. They made Ed look like an absolute wallad from the get go. They made him look like a loser, right? Yeah. So no one trusted him. Next thing you know, he lost faith. Labour looked for a new leader. It's supposed to be this guy called Chukwu something. I think someone's going to come out about Chukwu. Chukwu stepped down from wanting to be Labour leader.
yes.
Chukwu is now Lib Dems. Don't know how that happened. Is what it is. Right, yeah.
These guys are switching sides.
There
They're
you go.
loyal to their gang, man.
Right. So
Horrible.
what ended up happening is Jeremy Corbyn came in. The reason why most people didn't want to back Jeremy Corbyn because in the early 90s, I think it was between 94 and 96, when the IRA were dropping bombs, he was trying to say we need to understand the mind of why these people are doing the same thing. People labeled
It
him
was
as
too woke.
people labeled him as a terrorist sympathizer, and a lot of people have never let it go.
He was too kind.
You know, he used to date Diana.
Yeah,
He was
Right,
a
yeah.
flower man.
right, yeah.
He was like a flower.
But then
man.
he's a person of the people because he's from Israel and he lives in Israel.
I've seen him walking about.
Right, yeah. So basically what happened is, because people labelled him as a terrorist sympathiser, A lot of people couldn't get over it. I said from the get-go, Corbyn would be a great advisor to the PM. I just wouldn't want him as PM. Cool. Didn't work out. He stepped down.
They bullied him.
Yeah, of course they did. He stepped down, but he had more backbone than Sir Keir Starmer. The irony is, Sir Keir Starmer is actually a barrister. But the irony is, he can't argue his way out of a door.
He looked it.
Do you know
He'll
what it
argue
is
with his shadow and lose.
Do you know what it is with these politicians, why they're losing? The main reason why these politicians are losing is because they lack charisma. They're not funny. See, I don't want to vote.
I don't want
to vote. I never want to vote again in my life.
I don't want to know hard jokes.
I would vote Donald Trump all day, and I would vote Boris Johnson because they're funny.
I knew you was going to say that.
They're funny. I don't even care about politics.
Next topic, please. I beg you.
No, Boris Johnson, to me,
I understand his argument.
the video
I
where
do,
it was
but-
the video where it was like, I can't remember what video it was, where the guy was like, have you ever been to a food bank? And he was like, yes, I have actually. Take it back. Take it back. Go on then, old boy. Go on, old boy. Take it back. That was funny to me.
You know,
Whenever I see Boris
because
Johnson,
of how
He's
before I say
entertaining, I
something,
can't lie.
look at this. And I understand what Gabe was trying to say, yeah. Trump won because Trump
He's
played
funny,
the
man.
game, and you have to understand
He's
the
a
audience of the people that currently
he was
exist.
acting like a commoner. He wasn't acting.
Belligerent.
Even though Trump is this billionaire, he doesn't act like some. He acts like a common guy who's in the changing rooms, who's in.
Remember,
meeting the pub.
before he was
doesn't care.
before,
He's not uniform.
before Trump was president, black people loved Trump. You know?
They loved him.
Yeah, reality TV star.
Rappers was making songs about him. Mac Miller. That was his big. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and then now he's become president, and I don't even think Donald Trump is a Republican. I just think he doesn't care.
He's not Republican.
I think he's just here to play. He's
Yeah.
playing sport. He doesn't care. The world is. He's just doing what he wants. He's playing it, and you know what? Yeah, because I'd rather do that because then you look at what's his name. You look at Kamala Harris, who's for black people married to a white man. You know when
She's
she
not
was
fully black though. She's mixed race.
when she was the DA, the most black men ended up in prison under her policies when she was a DA. But she's for black people all of a sudden now. Nah, things don't work like that. My guy Donald Trump's free and Kodak Black. I'm gonna vote for him. He knows what he's doing.
No,
He knows what. No, but I'm saying no. But what I'm trying to say to
he's
you,
done, basically Donald Trump's done more for black
he's
people.
dumbed it
under
down,
than
and
people have.
he's dumbed it down because you see, there's people like me that we're not here to read policies because I know whatever policy I'm reading is a lie anyway. So dumb it down.
Well,
Tell me weed is legal.
Tell
me. Make studio time free for everyone.
Speaking, Sleepy Joe let go the Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner.
Yeah, so I'm saying, this man trades like that. If the man trades like that, we can't trust you. We can't trust you. Donald Trump would have never done that.
Speaking about not being able to trust things, yeah. So this week, well, I'll say last week, anyone who's an Arsenal fan, it's been a thing.
The Merchant of Death is dumb, you know.
It's called the Merchant of Death.
That's what it's actually called.
It's called the Merchant of Death.
Actually, was called.
For Brittany. Come on. Not even Angel Reese. Not even. Not even.
Oh my
Being
god!
dumb.
Stop
Stop being dumb.
Stop it!
Stop being dumb. Stop being dumb.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Imagine if it was Lionel Messi they was trading.
Bro,
They would have taken
she
Saddam,
went to a country
Osama
and
bin
broke
Laden,
rules.
everyone.
She went to a country and broke rules, and then was wondering why she was locked up.
But it's grand. I'm saying if it was someone of real relevance.
I still don't even know.
Bro.
I still don't know what Brittany Griner's numbers are for the WNBA this year. No one's ever mentioned it. You freed her to do what?
It's crazy, man.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of uproar this week, anyway, yeah. So Arsenal legend Ian Wright did a. He's into fashion anyway, but he did a GQ front page spread, a middle page spread. It sounds crazy when you word it like that. For GQ magazine, and a lot of people had an uproar with him wearing a skirt. Some people have lost him. Show me a successful black man who's not wearing a skirt or a kilt, whatever.
Is that what you said?
There was a comment under it. There was a comment under it saying, "Show me a successful black man who hasn't worn a dress or a skirt to get into a position of power."
There's a few.
Now,
50 Cent.
of course, but we're talking about like the ones that are gone.
Yeah.
Like 50 Cent still relatively, people know who he is, but he's in the corner kind of thing. Right, yeah. Now, I have my opinion on this, but I'm not sure if you've seen the picture or not.
I have.
Right, yeah. But I wanted to hear yours. I will send you the picture and Gabriel the picture as well for you to discuss. Mark, can you kick it off, please?
I wasn't that fast. I was just like, okay, here we go. David Beckham did it. Fair enough, he's not black. But I was just like, yeah, this is gonna cause a bit of a stir amongst the community that we don't really have. But people will have their 2 pence to say. It's bold of him, maybe, but I'm just like, why even do it? I don't know. Like, I'm not bothered by it, but I'm not like, go Ian. I'm just like, okay. You've been advised to wear this. Alright.
It's in a picture.
I mean, why do we care? I mean, all it is, as you said, as Kay said, David Beckham wore sarong back in the day.
Yeah, but we're not talking about we're talking about black people.
Wait, let me finish. David Beckham wore sarong back in the day.
Guys, I'll send it to you as well.
His never since then as his sexuality, his masculinity, all of this been questioned, which, as we already know, this masculinity, there's a massive issue in our community with black men and their masculinity, and this big thing about the dress and wearing a dress, and it takes away this from you, and
The only thing I would say, not with the skates.
The skate shocked me a little bit. I was like, yeah, okay, well, we're going for that. Okay.
Fuck it. Why not? I mean, and then to say that, and then to then say that Ian Wright has done this in order to put himself in a position of power, when Ian Wright put himself in the position he is in wearing shorts, shin pads, socks, and football boots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you're just merging whatever message it is that you're trying to say about men and dresses and power and all of this, and it's bollocks. Who gives a fuck? He put a dress on. It's in GQ, for crying out loud. So obviously, GQ, when they put people on, they sometimes put people in some funky stuff.
It's outrageous, yeah.
Who cares? Fuck off. Grow up.
I've got a different take on
Bitch.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Ugh.
I think it's deeper than that, man. It's deeper. It is emasculating black men.
Ugh.
It is deeper than that. I don't think it's because David Beckham has done it. I think it's they love to emasculate a black man. And I think Ian Wright is the perfect guy to use because
Why?
people relate to him. He's one of the most relatable guys, older guys in the UK. The young people relate to him. If we put it this way,
He's an Arsenal legend, but
no. I'll expect Arsenal legend.
He's an Arsenal legend, but I'm not an Arsenal fan, and even I look up to Ian Wright. I've met him.
So do I.
Put it this way, right? So if I saw the guy that used to cook food, the TV Ainsley or whatever,
Harriet.
wearing a skirt, you think I'll care? I'll turn off the TV.
I get what you mean, actually.
If I saw Rio Ferdinand wearing a skirt, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
So you mean question?
Is it subject? Is it
subjective to who you respect?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's not even something. So what they do when it comes to emasculating black men and when it comes to propaganda and things like that, they love to use people in positions they love to use people that a lot of people can relate to. Perfect example is buck breaking. Buck breaking was you get the most powerful slave, right, in front of everyone, and you are him to show him, listen, I'm more dominant than you, and it sends a message to all the other slaves and lets them know, cool, we've just seen our most powerful guy get treated like that. We need to behave ourselves. I just think it's a perfect example.
So of all the black men in the UK, in the world right now, Ian Wright.
He's one of the most relatable because he's relatable because our parents can relate to him. Your generation can relate to him. The younger people can relate to him. And not even that. Ian Wright will be on Match of the Day and he'll be saying, oh yeah, I know that celebration. That's the gun meme. That's the gun meme by Russ. He'll say something like that. The Gen Zs will take that, slap that on TikTok. All of a sudden they know about Ian Wright.
So let me ask you a question then. So, since Ian Wright has come out and he's done this GQ thing in the skirt and the skates and stuff, since that moment, has anything in your opinion of Ian Wright changed from what it was before? From what it was before.
But it's made people talk. It's made people talk.
My question is,
if this was Ainsley, we won't be talking about it.
Has your opinion of him changed?
What, of Ian Wright?
Yeah.
I think he's a bit funny for that.
Is he's not? So he's not still the legend.
He's a
He
Jamaican
was.
man. I don't know what part of
No,
Jamaica.
no,
I don't know.
no.
Shit, you need to close them lips.
I man,
Why does that
because
have to
Jamaica
come
ain't
into
really.
it?
They're not really. I don't know about that, Ian. You're gonna have to explain yourself, man. Because I don't care. Scottish people wear kilts. That's them. They can do that.
And I've voiced my opinion.
Gabriel,
And I've voiced my
your
opinion.
own fucking culture wears things that people would call a dress.
It's not a skirt though, because the way we drop it, it's not a skirt. We don't wear like we don't drop it like that. Well, where do we wear skirts?
And I've voiced my opinion.
What Yoruba man? We wear bandanas that are long,
Why-
but then we wear the trousers. We don't
You
wear
don't
skirts,
know.
bro.
Why
we
the
don't
fuck
do that.
is he?
Gabriel, they're like, which are
We don't know.
Man put his
We
glasses
don't
on like
do
it's a
that,
visor,
man.
man.
We
Because
don't-
he's done with life.
We don't do that. And you see the way our people dress before before I let Reese talk here. You see the way our people dress, right?
yeah.
Even the Africans, the Africans in like the villages and rural areas, rural tribes, you see them and they wear things that may resemble skirts, right? Remember, dressing like that is an adaptive behavior for them, right?
Okay.
The way they dress is for their environment. It matches their habitat. It's an adaptive behavior. There's no need for a man in a Western society to be wearing a skirt. That is no form of adaptive behavior. That's just funny behavior.
Can I go?
Western?
Are we looking in it? Are we looking in it though?
He's not. He didn't go and link up with the Maasai people in whatnot and wear what they. No, he's gone to a photo shoot in Kensington and he's worn a. Nah, bro, you didn't have to do that.
Alright, but
Go on the bus and wear that, Ian.
but Gabs,
Go
Yeah.
must have wear that Ian.
what do you? Yeah, but what do you say to the fact that
I'm so done.
obviously must be presented to him to wear certain clothes, so he's obviously gave it the okay.
No, what I'm saying is he's giving it the okay because the money was probably good enough to give it the okay. But I'm
So
saying
do you reckon this was forced upon him to do it?
it wasn't forced upon him. It was. I think it's a case of these guys, black guys, will do anything for money. Give Ian Wright the right amount of money and he'll wear a skirt. That's what I think it is.
I don't think it's like
That's
that.
what I think it is.
I-
right?
I'm-
Ian, can't
always
Ian do
the
that?
black
Ian,
man's problem, innit?
Ian, go Spanish Town. Wear that skirt. Wear it, go on.
Alright, cool. So let me
Okay.
interject
Go
quickly.
on, do it, Uncle Ian.
Let me interject quickly, yeah? Right, yeah.
Trigger.
I didn't have a problem with it per se because he's not wearing a fucking dress, part of my opinion. And if you want to wear a dress, it's up to you. Right, yeah? He's wearing trousers with a kilt over. It's like almost a samurai's attire with bottoms. Right, yeah? So when I looked at it and was like, it's not for me. It's not for me. I sent you a picture, you can look. Why's your flash on, bro? Cool
Look at the way he's sitting.
Listen.
He's sitting like
stop
my
it.
mum. That's not no samurai.
I knew that he was
No,
like,
look
this-
at the way he's
I knew
sitting.
that you was gonna kind of
He's
bring
sitting
that up.
like my
Let me finish my
mum.
point, yeah? Now, here's the thing.
Legs crossed.
Let me finish. I
Oh.
don't like the attire. Me personally, I wouldn't wear it, right? Yeah. Here's the thing. Minus that attire, I don't like the way Ian Wright dresses anyway. And I watch things on YouTube with him and Roy Keane and Gary Neville. I don't like the way he dresses. I just don't, right? Yeah. Even down to the puffer jacket he had on that he made with, I can't remember what brand it was. I just don't like the way Ian Wright dresses. But I'm not wearing it. That's the thing. Secondly, biggest myth ever about attire and things like that. Posh middle class kids used to wear skirts instead of trousers. Some still do, right? Yeah. I personally wouldn't do it. One, I'm not posh and middle class. Two, it's not my culture.
Yep.
Three, we're not doing that.
Yep.
Remember, I am
The
400
other
years, I am 400 years removed from even being African, but I still understand that my ancestry is African. Yeah. I'm not from a tribe which doesn't have westernized features. Also, you're talking about Maasai people and the rest of that stuff. Unless I'm still in a tribe where we're like in a village esque, yeah, where we're not wearing trousers and the rest of that stuff, I'm going to wear, as you say, clothes that is fit for purpose for that. I live in the Western world. Even in me living in the Western world, people do stuff for fashion. I watch catwalk stuff, I watch all these other things. 9 times out of 10 when I see people wear certain things, I'm not wearing it because I don't like it. 20 years ago, right, yeah, not even 20. So 15 years ago, for example, yeah, Kieran used to banter me for this, and Kieran would be like, Reese was like, you never said you wore skinny jeans. Oh yeah, fuck all that. Man wore skinny jeans because the baggy thing was getting me mad. Now the baggy thing is back. I can't see myself going back to baggy. I live in combats. I always live in combats. I don't like the restrictiveness. Right, when I'm going to work, I'm wearing smart trousers. I want to wear as most loosely fitting clothes possible, which isn't sprayed on, i.e. why I don't like wearing jeans. Here's the thing. That's a fashion thing for him. And yes, I understand the argument, and I understand why people are saying, if you're looking at history, they try to effeminize black men by putting them in a dress. Right, yeah? Of course. Right, yeah, they try to effeminize black men by putting them in a dress. The difference is, for me, Ian Wright, I personally think, made that choice of his own accord. Yes. Is he very relatable? Yes. Are people going to feel more let down by Ian Wright because he is everybody's uncle? Of course they are. Right, yeah? But because I know he's a fashion man, it's a fashion thing for him. Right, yeah? If he want a fashion man, they put him in a dress. I'm thinking, raw. Like,
yeah, it was a random thing.
He's a fashion man.
Look at the pose.
I keep saying this. I don't even like. Listen, I don't
the way he's sitting
on
the newspaper.
I'm trying. Listen, I don't like the way he dresses anyway. Yeah, like even G Money will banter him about his glasses, about the glasses or the hat or just the way he dresses. Even though he's a fashion man, I don't think he dresses well. So I can look at an eclectic man like O, and if O was a fashion man, for example, and O wore certain things, I'll be like, it's not for me, but the drop on you's cold.
I get it.
Reece James is a fashion man. Some of the things he wears, I think the drops are cold on him. I wouldn't wear them.
That off.
Yeah. Prime example. That's a really
Trevor Chalobah. I hate the way Trevor Chalobah dresses, but he's a fashion man. But it drops well on him.
Yeah.
I would say.
We're not all, as we said earlier on about the eclecticness and uniform and whatever. We're not all meant to dress the same in a sense. Because I think Ian Wright's an older man, right? Yeah, and we're looking at Ian Wright as the hot-headed old school striker that was on kicking man in their britches, went jail for driving offences, all the other stuff. Cool. We're gauging it from our childhood. This guy was one of the top 4 black strikers who's everyone's thing. If you're like, for example, and I mean this respectfully, Mark and O's era, you're looking at Cyril Regis and them man as the original black striker. No, but I'm not even trying to take the piss. Right, yeah? The 3 degrees, you're looking at them ones. Then Cyril Regis, the 3 degrees, the three main black strikers.
What about Justin Fashion?
No, that's after. That's 90s. We're talking about like late 70s, 80s. Right, yeah, the first black players that used to play, yeah? I'm not even trying to violate it.
John Barnes?
He's just talking the truth.
No, John Barnes is later.
80s, he was 80s.
No, but he's back in the 80s. He's 80s later.
He's talking early football.
Then we're talking about like late 70s.
That striker good.
Cyril Regis, cold.
I wasn't watching football back then times.
No, but it's the era.
I know.
Yeah? Then when we're talking about moving forward, and you're saying that you're talking about your
stand the man.
You're talking about John Fashion News. You're talking about that idiot that used to play for Liverpool.
This guy.
You're talking about John Barnes.
We had Darius Vassell.
No, you had that. I didn't have that.
He scored the bicycle kick.
I had no.
Remember when he scored the bicycle kick?
Remember, I'm a few years older than you.
My God.
No, I had Andy Cole. I had Dwight York.
No, I had Andy Cole, Dwight York.
I had my uncle.
You had him, yeah?
Beating Arsenal 6.
I had two of my uncles.
Yeah.
You had him.
I had Jason Yu. I had Barry Hill. I had these man. You can't do it.
We also had Titus Bramble. We also had Titus Bramble boom song.
The point I'm trying to make is, as the eras change, there's ebbs and flows for how people dress and carry themselves. I'll keep on saying this. I don't like the way Ian Wright dresses, but guess what? I'm not dressing like that, so I'm not going to be like, yeah, that's a bit off-brand.
No, Reece,
when Playboy Carti's out there in thongs, I think that's off-brand. That's off-brand.
It wasn't a thong. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. But it was I think it was like a
jumpsuit, playsuit.
Yeah, but I think it was with shorts. But what I'm saying,
imagine a baby girl, an adult. Listen,
what
brother,
I'm saying is,
it don't make no difference.
It's only it's a coincidence that he's wearing a skirt and he's posing like a woman.
It's not a skirt.
He's wearing, but he's posing like a woman. He's sitting like a woman.
It's a pleated kilt.
Gabriel.
Okay, but he's sitting like a woman. So why is he sitting like that?
Because he's comfortable.
You know,
come on, Reece, come on, man.
You know.
How many men can cross their legs like that?
Gabe, Elephant Man will just
you've got long legs.
Comfortable.
Okay, time out.
You probably can.
Gabriel.
I was doing the man version.
Gabriel.
No, I'm doing
Gabriel.
my version.
Gabriel, once. Yeah. One, he's in rollerblades.
That's not the woman. That's not the woman version.
Of course it is.
Hold on.
No, you weren't doing that. No, hold on.
Hold on. 1 second. Hold on.
He just did that. He went
in the
video, it doesn't make a difference. O sits at it all the time.
Always like that. In the video, he's also wearing rollerblades. Even you say that, bro. I sit cross-legged. Man, them take the piss at me saying, "Well, you going yoga." Just say you can't cross your legs. It means I've got good hip flexors. Certain man can't. But man are on this thing where everything's zesty, bro. Come as a real Caribbean man. right? Yeah, I'll wire off bare man, but I'm being real. I'm wiring off bare man for banter. If you're gay, you're gay. It doesn't bother me in any capacity. If you want to dress like that, you're not my pitney. I don't care how you dress.
He's lost a couple points. He can regain them next
Why
week.
has he lost a couple points though?
He can regain
Again,
it
I
next
think it can be looked in as deep, but you're looking too deep into it.
He can regain it next
Cheeky
week.
magazine.
He can talk about the gun lean again,
Cheeky
and he'll
magazine's
regain
all
it.
about extravagance.
He can
It doesn't
talk
matter.
about the gun leaf
Look,
again.
we can play a couple drill songs. When I
If
do
you see
that,
Ian
he'll
Wright
regain
in
it.
public,
All
like
he needs
that.
to feature in a
Maybe
rap
you would have a
video.
bit of
That's what it takes.
the fact that it's the
Fredo.
roller skates, which sounds a bit outrageous, that's just because it's some sort of outrageous fashion. It doesn't. It's probably what they would do on the catwalk. It doesn't mean that he's actually going to go out in the street like that.
Okay,
Could
this
you,
is
like,
this
could
is-
you imagine?
this ain't
Like,
nah.
You need to
Remember-
get out, Gabriel.
Reese.
When I go out, people are wearing skirts. And if I did go
No,
out and
not
people
even
were wearing
like that.
skirts, I'll turn around and go back home. I'll be
No.
concerned. I'll be concerned.
I don't mean like
Where are we
go
stepping
out
out when men are wearing skirts?
No, it's not even
Where
about
do you go
seeing
when men are
people
wearing
dress-
skirts?
No, it's not even about seeing
Okay
people
then,
dressed
so
like that.
nah,
It's about just
it's not
you need
about
to be.
stepping out.
Your
It's not
mind needs to
about
be a little
stepping
bit
out.
more open and just be out
Guys,
there.
niggas
more.
aren't wearing skirts. Where are we stepping out with guys
That
wearing
entire
skirts?
sentence is killing me, bro.
What?
Stepping out. My guys,
Wait.
N-words ain't wearing skirts.
But I've never in my life. I've been around the
Young
Hardy's.
fuck wore a dress, bro.
Hardy's around gay people. I'm not even seeing them wear.
Young
them-
fuck wore a dress.
Yeah, but young fuck.
And man,
is not from London.
but the rule
He's
is,
not from
young
London.
fuck wore a dress, and man them didn't say a word.
In this day
A
and age,
word.
why is anyone
But if it was
surprised?
no, but wait. If it was Dennis Rodman that's done it, no
What?
one's gonna say anything,
Because he
right?
was eclectic.
But this is a Jamaican man from London that has never done it before,
But he's a fashion
and he's
man.
down with what's going on ends, and also all the older black people respect him. But then they put him in a skirt. No, they know what they're doing, man. This wasn't no fashion related. No, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they trick people like us when you think, oh yeah, fashion.
Gab sounds
Gabriel, I swear to God,
It's not
unclench, you're
fashion.
going to give yourself an aneurysm. Because it's not that
You
fucking.
think unclench?
Unclench because you're going to give yourself an aneurysm.
It's not fashion.
that deep. It's not.
Unclench it.
It's not. I
But this is
You
swear.
know what?
No,
But
it's
this
not.
whole thing-
It's
I
not
don't
about.
think
It's
people
not.
feel
Not
like-
everything. No,
But this is what
no, I know your point. I do understand. I do understand
This
your
is what
point,
they do.
but
This
it's-
is what they do. They do things to us like this, and then we sit around. It's not that deep. It's fine. It's fine. Next minute he's
Okay,
holding the
Gabriel,
dildo in his mouth.
okay,
and it's,
so
it's
stop,
fine.
stop.
It's fine. It's just a candle.
There's somebody you can just put some pin in.
You stop promoting sausages.
Somebody-
Like, come
It's
on,
just a
like, no,
candle.
like, bro, come on.
Why? Let me ask you a question.
Gabriel!
Why?
God.
So why Ian Wright? Why now? What are they trying to achieve?
Because he's
with
one of the most relatable black people, and you got to feed things to people in digestible chunks.
Alright, Gabriel, have a
So
drink,
they are
mate.
feeding us
Unclenched.
this agenda
Yeah, have
in
a drink.
digestible chunks.
So
And I know
using-
they're doing
so
that
they're using
because,
Ian Wright.
of course, because he's the one of the most.
So they're trying to use Ian Wright.
Because
Wait.
because
So they're
we're
trying to
throwing
use-
that with a
wait,
slap the
wait,
photographer in the
wait.
face.
So they're
Because
trying
he's from
to-
Peckham, he wouldn't have done that.
So they're trying to use Ian
Because
Wright.
he's the only one that would have
They're
done
trying to
it.
use Ian Wright in a skirt.
I looked for verification. Is it?
They're trying to use Ian Wright in a skirt
Birmingham.
to.
Them sides was
Oh.
called Peckham
What?
back in the day, like when.
Yeah, but what is Ian Wright in a skirt doing to the older people who respect him and the young
But this is
people
what I mean. When you want to sell an agenda,
Which
right?
is-
You
which
use
is-
the and I'm saying this as
To
someone who
demasculate
studied
men.
psychology, and I'm saying this as someone who studied psychology,
Mhm.
right?
I'm
When
not
you want
saying
to
that
sell,
you're on
when you
that
want to
level
sell
is-
something,
in a
you get
sense,
a
though.
role model, right? And you use the role model to push the agenda,
Right.
so other people can relate to them, right? Now, name another black person
Yeah.
that multiple generations of black men could relate to, other than Ian Wright in the UK.
Multiple black men.
Just they put Asher D in a skirt, we'll say the same thing.
Lenny
They
Henry.
put Kano in a
I
skirt.
don't,
we'll say the same
first of
thing.
all, I don't look up to Lenny Henry.
We don't look up. This is what I'm saying. We don't look up
Again,
to Lenny
it's
Henry.
generation
The hood doesn't
because-
care about Lenny Henry. The average
Sorry?
black person.
What?
What? Who? Lenny Henry?
Gabe.
What? Who? What? It's Lenny Henry. Lenny Henry.
So you think that if Lenny Henry ended up in the hood one day, just randomly,
You think
would
Gen
be
Zs
okay?
know who Lenny Henry is? You think Gen Zs know who Lenny Henry is? Really?
You're worse than me at this rate. Jesus.
You think? Wait, hold on. You think Gen Zs know who Lenny Henry is?
No. It's the respect. That's the thing.
But they don't know him, so
Gabriel,
it doesn't
it's not
matter. He's
young-
just a big black guy in a skirt if he wears it. They don't know him. They don't know Lenny Henry. That's the truth. Who knows that? Like, what young? We're not even. Why? Yo, I ain't heard Lenny Henry's name in 15 years. You just mentioned it now.
Name someone else.
We've said Lenny Henry on this show.
Someone else, like, can't be Lenny Henry. Someone else.
Name someone else who you think is like transferable black man who's even. There's not a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not arguing what either one of you is saying is right or wrong. Because two things can be true.
Yeah.
It's like with, nah.
And I'm not saying that I'm not aware of his whole propaganda thing. I am aware of that. But what I just do not think is that the man them who run everything decided to go, you know what? These black British sons of bitches been getting away with being too straight for too long. Ian Wright, we're going to put you in a dress, in GQ, in skates, and we're going to have you sitting like Gabriel's mum.
But they've always done that, and Dave Chappelle spoke about it himself.
Okay, but this is
other black people in Hollywood, they've spoken about it. So it's not like what I'm saying is
as you just
random.
said, a Jamaican man.
It's
Elephant Man's wore a skirt
you couldn't
before.
get
What?
but no.
You don't think Elephant Man has gone to Spanish Town since he wore a skirt?
Wait, Elephant Man has wore a skirt,
Yes.
and what
Yes, he
publication did he wear a skirt?
No, not publication. He's wore a skirt.
Where? What
Performances.
publication?
He's been out performing.
They burned
he's
it.
Wore a
They
skirt.
got rid of it. He could not be in Jamaica. No publication wearing a skirt. They got
And
rid of it.
again,
They got rid of
and
it.
the funniest thing is, you're saying this as a Nigerian who, in your culture, there are plenty of clothes
No,
that resemble
Y'all
skirts,
culture.
dresses,
Y'all.
etc.
I'm not. I'm Yoruba.
Gabriel,
I'm Yoruba. I don't know, man.
I'm older, so I know.
No, listen.
Gabriel,
Bob
I've seen the clothes
Risky.
from
Bob Risky, yes.
This guy.
Other than Bob Risky, I don't know any. Burna Boy's not going to be wearing no skirt. I don't know, man.
And this is the problem because I'm talking about traditional African clothing.
We wear it with
You're
trousers.
talking about these new people generations. I'm talking about before them.
But wait. But once again, right? Even if they are wearing skirts in Nigeria or things that resemble skirts, it's an adaptive behavior, right? So
Adaptive from what?
because back in the day, you might have been naked You might have been naked in a hot country and you want to cover your privates, so you grab a cloth and you wrap yourself.
Okay.
Yeah? Rather than sew some trousers.
So
right?
isn't that like a skirt?
No, I said it can resemble a skirt, but I
Okay.
said at the same time it's an adaptive behavior and it's passed on through.
Okay.
It's passed on because it's culture, right? But
they
Ian
haven't
Wright
lost
is
any respect, though.
Ian Wright is no, they haven't though. But Ian Wright is not in a part of that culture. Ian Wright is in the UK where we've grown up wearing trousers. And men wearing skirts are gay.
But again,
and women wear skirts.
But you're beholding him to this image.
Because he's the British black guy. If we don't see what's happening, if you don't see what's happening here, that's fine. I see what's happening. I know what's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Gabs.
I know what's happening.
I really just don't think Ian Wright is.
And it's been happening for years. And Dave Chappelle supports my plan. He's been saying it for years, bro. I know
Dave Chappelle don't know you, but yeah.
I know
okay.
but he supports my plan. I know what's happening.
As we're in an argumentative mood,
I know what's
Where
happening.
is Ja?
Where's Gabs?
Where's
I
Ja?
know what's happening, man.
Fair enough from that. That was actually a really good conversation.
I enjoyed
That's
it.
mad.
I'll be honest, that's probably the best conversation I've had on the pod. Like, I've listened to the pod for a while, yeah.
What,
Because
David?
it got out of his silent zone to argue something.
Yeah.
I love when up to the point, and I will happily listen. And Gabriel's
Question:
I get it.
have you seen the new documentary on Netflix,
Oh yeah,
The TikTok one.
Dancing for the Devil?
No, thank
Okay.
you. I'm sorry,
Okay,
I've been
cool.
looking forward to watch.
I'm gonna save that for next week, yeah.
Yes.
Because I want.
Yeah,
Have you
I
watched
want
it?
to go to watch it. But no,
have
no,
you
no,
watched Baby Ranger? No.
He ain't
I
gonna
haven't.
watch
No,
it.
no. But guys, listen. I
You
was
go.
on my Amazon stick thing. Oh, that's illegal. I'll blur that out. I was on my thing.
No, Amazon
you won't.
says it's not illegal.
They are illegal.
What?
They are.
And let's be clear, he won't blow it out after. Bro.
But no one knows you, Gabs.
No, fair enough. They're gonna
Blurt
have
that
to find
out.
me.
No one knows
They're
you.
gonna have to find me unless one of you on snitch. Yeah, cool. They're gonna have to find me. But
Well, you just
It's
pissed
only
off.
illegal if it's chip.
You just pissed.
Well,
you just pissed
Gabriel,
off. You just pissed off. Oh, so
if you put a skirt on, maybe I keep my mouth shut.
Dance, boy.
I was gonna watch it. I was actually gonna watch it, but I just didn't get around to. But I promise.
Okay, there's two things now then. So we've got the Netflix documentary Dancing for the Devil, and it's basically about.
No, shut up. It's fine. They can research it. It's fine.
No, I'm going to watch
You
it.
don't-
No, are you talking about it now?
He
No,
will
no,
watch
no.
it.
I'm not even
I
talking
know.
about. I was just saying, like on the list, like that's like.
No, it's fine. Leave it.
Okay,
Because
so
we'll
it's
talk about it
I
now.
got that.
We'll talk about it now. We'll talk about it next week.
And
And then-
but it's a documentary, so
4
I can watch
episodes.
that.
Yeah.
I would
Okay,
say watch it.
documentary.
If you're not going to watch Baby Ranger, at least watch that because I'd like to discuss it. Thank you very much.
All right. Cool. So, every year or every 6 months, Apple puts out an update they put out updates of a 17.5 or something, and a new phone comes out every year on the door between September and October. Obviously, because we're coming up into the summer months, there's the beta for the new iOS, which will be iOS 18. The updates, I think one of them is called Tappin'. Is it called what?
Tap to cash.
Right, which basically means that if Gabriel owes me bread and he's ducking me, I see him, hey, put your phone on, give me the money. Right, yeah, so you can't, like sum up.
They have that in America, the Apple Pay. They've actually got
Yeah.
Apple Pay in America where you can do that. We don't have that.
So I think
It's
now
crazy.
it will.
That's like you said that. Don't say we don't have that. Say
What,
how do
we
you
don't
say
have
it?
that.
We don't have that.
Yeah,
He
you
missed
did.
it. He missed
You
it.
did.
I missed
You
it.
did.
Yeah,
You did.
he's not going to
You
say
know
that.
what I mean?
He's not cultured.
I even called it. You know what I
You
mean?
know what I mean?
Hey, you know what I mean?
I've taken Ian Wright's position. I've taken his
Crazy.
flag off.
Leave him alone now.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
Wow.
You stop that.
I'm the Kingston boy now.
Finally, when
Wow.
the herbs,
Never.
when the herbs them come around.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on this? Because I know, like, even going into this update of like the tap in, that there may be an AI feature on the update as well, where not Jeff Bezos, Rocket Man.
John.
Oh.
No.
I would have said Jeff Bezos. I know you're talking about this. It's not him.
Rocket Man.
It's
Twitter, X.
Elon Musk.
Elon
Thank
Musk.
you, Rocket Man.
I was probably
Sorry.
thinking. It was
I thought the song Rocket
Yeah, he makes rockets, isn't it? Rocket engine.
you are showing your age.
He basically said if there's an AI feature that's added to it, absolutely not. Anyone who works for my company with an Apple phone, they'll have to look their phone on the premises. What's your thoughts on this new iOS update for Tap and Pay?
I think it's just too much.
It's
keep
scary,
up
but-
with.
Listen, I mean, these days you can
What,
still,
Drake?
you can like in it. Have you ever seen any of those videos of when thieves are stealing somebody's car, but they don't even have to go in the house to get the key? They can just put this.
An
sort of-
immobilizer. It's
Yeah,
immobilizer.
yeah. So, in this day and age, I mean, we already can pay for things from our own bank accounts with our phones.
I don't know.
So it's just
I don't
another.
know what you're
It's just
saying,
another update in technology for us, and it's
Oh, you
another
know,
scary
you're
one.
saying
And it's just going to be
you're
another way
involved
for
in this
people to just be able to thief from people.
You know,
Yeah.
Because whenever they bring anything new, they always find a way to get around it.
You,
and
for example, you do not have iPhones, for example. Yeah?
Thank
Us three do. I
God.
remember when the grow up, when the you know, it's funny. In any movie, I'm going to tell you this from now, and Mark knows this as well. When you watch any movie, any person you see with a Samsung phone is the villain, straight away. No, I'm being serious. Go and watch any movie in the last 5
That's
years.
what they want to make it
Everyone's
out
got
to
an
be.
iPhone. Whenever you see the person with
I'd
a
rather be
Samsung
the
phone,
villain.
that person's the villain. I'm being serious. It
No,
sounds dumb.
no. I'm
It
gonna
sounds
I'm
dumb.
now
take
going to
your
analyse
theory.
that. I'm going to
Yeah,
It
I'm
sounds
gonna take your theory and I'm
dumb.
gonna test
It
it.
sounds dumb. Even in Fall Guy, same thing in Fall Guy. If you watch Fall Guy again,
Like
I ain't
that,
watching
but I'm
that
going
again.
to now.
I haven't
the
seen that yet.
point I'm trying to make you with this, I remember when the 17 update came out. Sorry, I've got another iPhone in my house. I put my phone I've got near my phone, and the thing started vibrating because it shares contacts. I turn that feature off immediately. So whenever I update my phone, there's a YouTube channel I follow about stats to turn on and off.
Mhm.
I remember months ago, maybe like last year, I think, when Katie was probably like 15 to 20 episodes into Podbook, regardless, I took her phone, went into settings and turned off something, yeah?
Turn the stuff off.
And there was a location thing that shows you every place you've ever been to on your phone.
People don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be places where
Turn
I'm
it
meant
off.
to be.
Right, yeah, like general tracking, I turned it off. I remember like little things like, for example, Snapchat with my siblings. When they're updating it, I put one in the map,
Location.
one in there, turned it
Yeah.
off. Same with my cousins, turned it off.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah. Like, if you're one of the people where it's like, okay, cool, say Katie was going home today.
Every place I've been with my phone.
Say Katie, you probably got the same feature on your phone, but you don't know yet. Right, yeah. Say Katie was going home, for example, and I'm like, let me know you get in, and she shares me her location. No problem, because just share it between me and you.
But you
Like-
shouldn't have it on. I don't like my location on
Not just
anyway.
on.
I remember ages ago, I had a conversation with my brother Dorsey, and she was like, oh yeah, iPhone tracking you didn't know and the rest of that stuff. I said, all phones do that. She's like,
Oh, I
what do you
know
mean?
what
Well, yeah. She's like, all phones do. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, Google Pixels, same with you lot's phone, same with mine. There's a feature that tracks you anyway. Like, there's a thing on your phone, I don't know if it's the same for Samsung, I know on iPhone, your phone, on an infrared thing, takes a picture of your face every 5 seconds.
Not on mine, not that I know of.
I didn't know this. I didn't know this until recently. That's what I said. You're not aware of it. If you're on your phone like this in your phone, every 5 seconds, take a picture of your face. Every 5 seconds.
I have heard of that.
That's weird.
That's scary, man.
It's scary,
This is what I'm
but
saying,
then
this
ultimately, when you walk on the
features.
street and you're in central London or anywhere, you're on camera at all
Everywhere.
times.
Everywhere.
There's 2 roads in South that are adjacent to each other. One road starts from Croydon and runs all the way to, if I remember correctly, runs all the way to Elephant, straight road.
Damn.
It's a straight road. Then there's one from Rains Park. Rains Park, straight road, runs all the way to Vauxhall. Straight road. Now, both those roads on either side, because obviously Bricks on one side, both the roads either side, because you're going through Stockwell on one side, Bricks the other side, you're being picked up by more than 150 cameras.
Truman Show. That's
There you
what
go. So ultimately,
That
we can moan about our mobile phones, right? Yeah, but ultimately, it's still there. The same way where people will moan about something like, "Oh my god, it's creepy." Every time you go to a website, you accept cookies.
When I was in uni, I never used to do this, but people I was in uni with that I heard stories of, when they used to go on the dark web, they used to put tape over the cameras.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
I watched Black Mirror once, and when the guy was doing something he shouldn't be doing in the episode, and they managed to do it because they hacked man's camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that on a
Even
film
if you
as
look
well.
at like your Jeff Bezos's, you that idiot who owns Microsoft, and the rest of them lot, every time you see something and they're just talking, you see their cameras in the background. Their cameras always covered.
Mm-hmm.
So that says a lot.
It's recording when you don't know it's recording.
I slide my camera, so on my work laptop, my camera slides.
Because
Yeah,
same. Yeah.
And more time when I'm on calls, my camera's never on.
Before when I did that, because I think on a Mac you can't slide it, but I always used to have like something over it.
Yeah, same.
I get paranoid because sometimes in my lunch break I could, mate, could be
It just
brushing off my
it
back
does-
or anything, and my laptop's just uploading it. Nah, man.
No, wait.
No,
It just
I've
sounds.
seen
It just sounds like. It just sounds like.
Yeah,
a
but
simple-
sometimes-
yeah.
but sometimes
it just
even if
seems
you're
like
not
they're
on a
taking
video
something
call,
simple and you're just trying to find a way to make it.
apparently
simple.
when your camera's on, if they wanted to see what you was doing, they really could.
They can, yeah.
That's weird.
Shit, voyeurism.
9 times out of 10, you're sitting naked in front of your laptop working, and from home, and people, I'd stop it. Mad. But that whole, back to the matter, I just think it's, obviously I was like, oh yeah, it sounds cool, but I don't really need it because you can just transfer money, like as you were saying anyway. I think sometimes there's too many features or smart features for you that you even need, if that makes sense. There's just, I don't even think you need Face ID. I mean, I use it, yeah, but I do think
I've never set up any of my phones with Face ID.
I do, and I feel like it's a stupid thing, but in my head I'm thinking, well, like, again, your phone, they see you anyway, kind of thing. And for me, sometimes it's easy to unlock my phone, but I do think it's something that's a bit extra. We don't need it. Like, I can unlock my phone same way. I could do the thumbprint same way. Obviously, it's all evolving. I just think it's a bit too much. And I think it's definitely a Gen Z thing. Because they would love it. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had to
They
go,
would love it.
at first you had to go to the bank to put money in, take money out, put some money in someone's account. Then they made the apps to make you able to check your bank account from your phone, from your computer.
I still like
Cool,
to go to
alright,
the
I
bank
still
to
do
put a
that.
bit of
But
money
no,
in.
again, they've just taken something
Okay.
and they're just trying to find ways to make things easier and simpler. And
It's not even that.
You know what
it's
I mean?
smarter. The whole
it's
smartphone,
smarter. But then
smart
in
is,
smart
it's,
ways,
everything is smart.
in creating smart shit, you're gonna find some smart motherfuckers who know how to hack it.
Mate, soon you're going to be able to blink and you're going to be able to have your money on your account. Shit like that.
I mean, even currently, without that type of app, there's like, if you've got your phone in your pocket and someone's got something in their bag or around your phone,
They can
that
go.
they could, yeah.
Yeah,
So
nah.
there's already ways for people to do that before this thing has even come into, has properly been released. But
I just think it's a bit much.
yeah,
Do you know what
I
mean?
think so too. I think so too.
I just think it's yeah, it's smart, and some people are really gonna want to try it out, but I don't know if that's for me.
Yeah,
Don't know if that's for me.
great.
You could use ping it on the from like your Barclays app or if you
Yeah,
use
just
Barclays.
send it. Just send
Remember
it
when
to
you
my
used to
account,
ping
please.
it?
Yeah.
just
You could
fucking,
do
you
ping
know
it through
what?
iMessage.
No,
Like,
you know,
what I
you
mean?
don't listen. You don't even have to do that. Just fucking take your card out, go to the ATM,
It's
just
not even
fucking
that.
take out all the cash.
Just fucking go to the bank. It's a bit safer, a bit simpler. Do you know what I mean? I went to the bank today actually. Put a bit of money in there.
When was the last
Bob,
time
you know,
you've
funny
seen
shot.
you've seen cash? Like everyone's like accepting card nowadays. And
Yesterday, I had to pay.
The other day, today, I carry cash
I
sometimes.
know, we pay
you know what I
for
mean?
through online, through Monzo.
I wish we did.
It's
that.
funny though because when I used to work in like Vodafone, you get all customers come in, English people complain about stuff like that. When like, how come you don't want to take cash? It's
Because of
crazy.
germs.
It's crazy.
My germs.
But it's funny, you see African women, Jamaican women,
I carry-
they walk in, they don't complain about stuff like that.
I carry in case shit money in the back of my phone. So like in case I'm
Yeah.
like just in case.
Is that what Caribbean's called Vex money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or yeah.
I took it in
How
red
do you
spot.
know that?
Oh my
I-
god, I was just laughing
I took
thinking,
it right.
what?
When I tell you,
I was gonna say you should know
when
that.
I tell you, I was
No,
schooled
no,
by
no,
the
no,
yardies.
no,
Like, how do you know that?
I was schooled by the yardies. I keep telling people that I was schooled by the yardies.
No, who told you that?
That is a
How
bit
long have you
more
known?
widely
Dad's
known
best
than
friend
you
was-
guys realize.
Oh,
My
I've
name
not
was-
heard the
was-
term Vex
I was
money
schooled
in
by the
a
guy
while.
G money used it over there. I was dying of laughter.
But do you know what I mean? Like, but you would hear
I thought it was a
now and
Jamaican
again.
term. I didn't know Grenadians use that term, but yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I definitely thought it was Jamaican. I think everything's Jamaican. Do you?
All right.
Jamaican.
I do like the tone though, Vex money. It makes sense.
I love
as
it.
well.
It's said that so in case something happens, people can't cut style on you. You got money on
Yeah,
you just
you
in
got
case.
just do whatever.
I just love it. But then not every, when you say it, not everyone knows what you mean. It's kind of like it's good in that sense. I'm like, yeah.
All right, cool.
On
We've
the
got a couple more
business.
topics we're going to get through because my ass is catching capo. Flipping. Oh, you had a topic about public disrespect.
No, I
Oh, Martin, sorry.
Yes.
I can't remember all your blood clot topics. I'm just going to go to
Blood
the
Not the
clot.
blood clot.
Blood clot.
I
Not
just
the
seen a
blood
video
clot.
what they did to my man's brother, but I can't even say.
His brother.
A thingy football player.
Oh, Lineker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't
What
seen
happened?
it. What happened?
Yeah.
In
They put it to
Ibiza, they just knocked his brother out cold. Like one of the
Flogged
young
him?
guys.
What, inside the...
One punch knocked him out cold.
Oh,
To
she
an
beat you?
elderly, yeah, to an elderly man. He's 62.
You know what's mad? You know he's younger than Lineker.
Is it?
He's the younger brother.
He's 62.
Does he look it? I don't know what his brother looks like.
Steads. He looks wham. He looks got a wide face, like he told he's been on roids.
No, he is on roids. He's got like a red face. You
Yeah.
can tell he's on like testosterone roids and
Lobster.
He's got like that jawline, that
yeah.
like you. Go on, Mark. I'm still waiting for you to.
I was waiting for you to.
Oh, apologies.
If someone disrespects you in public, is it just as important for them to apologise in
Who the
public?
fuck am I
Sorry.
now?
Anyone?
Okay, it's out of your head. You headbutt someone. They might not see life again, bro.
They won't. They won't. Sorry, darling. Could you repeat the?
If someone disrespects you,
Just the end.
if someone disrespects you in public, should they have to apologise in public?
My mum's. I've only ever seen my mum
Do you mean like
Do
a
that.
stranger?
make
No,
someone.
dickhead.
Or do you mean
These
like?
people?
Let's say like if. Okay, let's say like.
You know, it's the most obvious.
Wait,
simple
let's say like
This
when.
girl wants to find a caveat.
No, I like doing this. Like when we had our tiff that time. But if I apologise to you, and I did it in front of everybody, but I apologise to you in private, are you trying to say that I should have done it, apologise in front of everyone because I've done it in front of everyone?
If you apologise to me in private, it's fine. But when we're in public,
If you
right,
move mad
don't
in
try
a public
act-
forum
yeah.
around people we don't know and you're doing the most,
I would feel obliged to be like, oh, do you know what? Whilst I'm there, because I can apologise later, but
No,
I'm
but
still
I'm-
kind of probably embarrassed you. in
I'm
some
very
sort of
good
way.
at drawing people out publicly. Because I'll be like, I'm like, hold on, are you doing this because you're around people? Because you're not like this and you don't behave like this. And so what are you doing? I draw people out when they want to
That
perform in
makes
public.
sense.
And then, then it's...
I think it
And then
does
they
depend on scenario.
And then they can apologise privately, but I've embarrassed you publicly because you tried to embarrass me publicly. So I've let people know you're really a clown. You're not really
You're not about
that type
that.
of person.
Sit back down.
So, yeah.
I can agree with that. I just think, in that sense, if it was something like that, I would say, especially if it's your friend, it's respectful to just, you know what, realise what you've done there and then maybe in public because you might have embarrassed your friends, and even if you apologise later or whatever, they might feel some type of way about it. Again, me, I would probably, like you just said, be the type of person to retaliate or address
Draw
it
you out publicly.
in public because I'm not a dickhead. But yeah,
it's tough to get because it's hard to get a public apology. So.
you probably couldn't get an apology there and then, but you'd have to.
So say if it was
business.
online, that someone typed some bullshit about you, whatever, blah
Tax
blah.
me in real life. Tax me in real life.
Yeah, I would probably. So I don't look like
Keep
a
it in the comments,
keyboard.
bitch. This is
So
real
I
life.
don't look like a keyboard warrior. I would probably have to say one thing that makes it alright.
Well, I went to get it finished.
Okay, we'll see. Something like that. I'm not gonna like a dickhead retaliate because we're not kids.
I remember watching
Do you know what I mean?
years ago, and one guy was rude to Jim Jones' missus, and Jim Jones bucked him.
Oh my
He
god.
grabbed him by his face.
Grabbed him.
Grabbed my face. Say it to the kids. I'm sorry. Say it to the camera. I said, raw.
Yeah, that's different.
Raw.
I can't remember what rapper it was in. I think it's a UK rapper. He did it the best way because someone called him a snitch, and kept on calling him a snitch throughout the years. So he did a song with that person, and then he's gone in an interview and he said the only reason why I did a song with that person was to show that all them allegations that he was saying that I'm a snitch wasn't true, and now he looks like the clown, and I'm never gonna give him a collab again. And furthermore, if I am a snitch, he's on a song with a snitch. So that just shows you he's not real.
So why did the guy that called him a snitch do the song with him in the first
Yeah,
place?
that's stupid.
Because he wasn't real. Because he wasn't real. So what I'm saying is, I think it was Sneakbo.
Look at the point you tried
So
to
he's
make
proved.
to go
He's
through all
proved.
of that.
Yeah,
Sneakbo's
that's
kind of Sneakbo's because to proving allegations that you're not snitch is hard, right? So that
No
really
one about the truth and the lies and things.
yeah. So that is the best. Like really and truly, it is one of the best ways to do it, and it makes the other guy look like, hold on a minute. You said he was a snitch, but now you jumped on the track of it. Okay, cool. Now what are you gonna say now? Like, yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. If someone embarrasses me publicly, I don't really care about a public apology because I would
Nah.
attempt to embarrass you back. I would retaliate.
Do you know what? I don't get easily embarrassed like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite,
I'll be like, I would have to be able I know how to hold my own, so you couldn't embarrass me and make me look like a fool. And if you've done something that's aimed to embarrass me, then I'm going to be like, you're right, or like, what are you doing kind of thing. But I don't get easily embarrassed. I'll fall over in the street and get back up and then feel no way. I don't get embarrassed by shit like that. So I don't get embarrassed about other people either. It's very hard to embarrass me.
What about cool,
Embarrass.
really smart? Oh, yeah, because you're men, right? You've seen this on films
Last time
before,
I checked it.
right?
Yeah.
So, what about if you're in an argument?
Pride Month, man.
What about if you're in an argument with your missus? Yeah. What about if you're in an argument with your missus in a restaurant? Yeah, and then she does the classical film shit of throwing a glass of wine in your face
Oh my
and then storming out.
God.
How do you handle that?
All my life, we've never been in a relationship over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me
Yeah, I wouldn't
to
retaliate.
do
I wouldn't
that,
retaliate. I wouldn't retaliate there and then.
I don't respect you enough, and our relationship should be done. Because if I feel
over.
okay to do that,
Mhm.
I would expect you to break up with me. Like the relationship's done way before that because I clearly didn't respect you to do that. That's mad.
See, I'm tapped.
Sure.
I'm tapped.
Well, you're gonna follow and we all
We all after that game. We were like, yeah. Okay.
See, when you see them kind of violations, I think of the most
serious.
I think of the most sinister things
I
to
knew you was
do.
gonna say sinister. That's
I think of the most sinister things to do.
You catch her and dash a glass in the face.
No, everything's cool. Me and her will be cool again.
Ray J has the best.
The relationship will be fine.
Bye.
Yeah, you push her into war. I'll be cool with her.
That's
Relationship will be fine. You know, might get her pregnant. You know, and then when the child's coming, goes to Nigeria. But that is how we get our get backs, guys. That's what I mean when I say sinister. That's where my mind goes. I don't know how to do
He's
it.
on some low violence.
Man said GBG, bro. Man
But
said
no,
get back, get
when I think about like sinister get backs, that's what I think about. Stuff like that. But I wouldn't do that.
there's
But my
something
mind
sinister
would
wrong
go
with
there. My mind is so sinister at times, I'll go there. But I won't do it.
So your mind's telling you yes, but your body.
It'll take him a couple of
Chill
years,
out,
but he'll get.
Yeah, man.
No, but don't you ever look at certain types of disrespects and you're like, the way I would retaliate, the way I would react if this was
Sometimes.
me. Like there's certain disrespects I'm like, I don't know, like I'll see a video and it's one of these young boys nowadays, they've got no respect. Back in the day, cool, if you was beefing someone and you see their parents, you're going to leave their parents alone. Nowadays, people get out a camera and they'll move to your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's dying. That's not It's the only retaliation.
These generations are fucked up.
It's the only what? It's the only
Generations
retaliation.
are fucked up.
I told you, he's got that Glock in it. He's got that Glock ready.
No. Even it's the only retaliation for me. That's why, thank God, I don't. Yeah, like thank God I don't. Yeah, because there's certain violations I see and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how you can handle this or deal with it.
You know the thing which I've never liked about the term violations, yeah? Because violations in itself is subjective. So what happens is, I've been in situations where someone's done something to me, and to me I'm like, okay, the person's being an arsehole, but is it that deep? No, it's not.
And then someone
And I
tells
think
you.
with violations in itself, it's an ego thing. So it's
Mhm.
based on... It's based
Massively.
on when you're, as like the conversation we had earlier on, it's basically talking on masculinity. When your ego kicks in, it's one of the ones like,
100%.
what can you manage? Oh, right, that's me, man, trying to take you for a pussy, bro, I don't care. Yeah, but if that was me, I said, but it's not you.
It's
And
not
I think people like to live vicariously through others of saying, oh, boom, if this was me, X, Y, and Z would happen.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable in yourself, when certain people do something, it's like, okay, cool, that's the energy you have, cool. If I want to approach you and be like, listen, I didn't appreciate you talking to me, and you tried to come up on a bad boy thing and the rest of that stuff, I'm like, cool, I know where I stand. I don't need to lose myself in the way and how I conduct myself just because someone's having an N-word moment and I have to lose myself within that.
100%.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
100%.
So, even in the topic of talking about public apologies, with me, if I feel like someone's overstepped a boundary, regardless of gender or whatever, and I pull you aside, 9 times out of 10, when I pull you aside, if I pulled you aside because someone said, oh no, you should talk to him about it, 9 times out of 10, because I know who you are, if I've been around you, I already know how you're going to react. So then,
100%.
I won't pull you aside if I know it's going to fall on deaf ears. I'll just be like, you know what, it's no point. Oh yeah, you should have told me. What for? Because your character traits were already there. When you're friends with someone, especially when you're close friends with someone violates you, yeah, you're aware of what your friend's character flaws are, but because you're friends, you ignore them because they haven't been used against you.
No,
when they're used against you, you understand where you place, and there's no point.
For that person.
And to be honest as well, when you're really close to someone, for example, people have violated me or done disrespectful things that I'm really close to. And I'm like, I can't wait until the car journey home because I'm gonna make you understand what you've done. Like, I'm gonna make you understand what you've done, right? So there's some people you're like, oh, okay, no, don't worry, we'll speak about that later. Like, we'll speak about it later. So, but I'm not a public apology type of guy. I don't care if someone apologizes to me publicly.
Just so you can.
I'm touching.
Like, put it this way,
Seriously?
Charleston White
That video's funny.
said something about Gilly the kid's son, right, when he passed away. And he was mocking it, and he was saying, when you talk to your son, you got to look up in the sky with your hands out. When I talk to my son, I can call him. Look, let me call my son right now. And he called his son. But then afterwards, he went on like a podcast, and then he issued an apology. And he said, yeah, he was just acting crazy, blah, 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 blah. And then people were saying, well done, Charleston White, that shows growth. And to me, it's like, to me, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have said it in the front. Where did your mind go?
That was disgusting.
Where you can even say something like that.
But then,
so
I'm going to say something which is really, really mad, because I want to talk about one more topic before we have to dip. I see no difference in mentality between a Charleston White and a Dr. Umar Johnson.
In what sense?
They're both extremists.
Yes.
The way they vocalize their point as gospel, as if it's the truth.
Yeah.
And that because like one's from the hood and one's got high education, but ultimately it's two sides of the same yin yang coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're both extremists who believe that
one's far left, one's far right.
Yeah, but they both also believe they're always right. Mm-hmm. And most of them will talk on situations as if it's a globalized
an objective truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I love that term. An objective truth. As if to say, they're the voice of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A black man can't be pro-black if he dates a white woman.
Yeah.
Stop foolishness. Cut out. Right,
yeah. I know what you mean, yeah.
Just cut out. Right, yeah. Right, so ultimately, those two people, whenever they speak, I knew it's a close.
Because you know it's going to be something without much reason.
Pardon my language, what's the term? Fuckery is a foot. Fuckery is a foot, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, Charleston White, I don't, yeah.
But, before we wrap, guys, we won't get to the fun topics, but some of them I can kind of save for next week. Because, whatever. You had a meet and greet question, Kerry.
Can't you remember?
Sure. No.
Oh, Chris Brown.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone saw the Chris Brown meet and greet photos.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I don't know if they got put out there or they got leaked or whatever. But my question was, and everyone knows Chris Brown is just
Chris Brown.
filth. Like he will,
Not filth.
it's not even filth.
No, they're
it's just
asked.
very.
They want him to
No.
do certain things.
They asked for
If I
it.
charge you a bag two for a meeting,
Yeah, you're gonna make the
do
most of it.
You
But
want a
that's
picture
my
that's gonna
point.
last a lifetime. So if you want a man to squeeze your bum cheeks, stop whinging, bro.
But that's my point. So, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's the point I'm trying to make.
Oh.
People are paying these monies to get pictures, yeah, and you're not just going to be like, do you know what I mean? People are going to want to be extravagant because it's like, once in a lifetime sort of thing. And we all know what Chris Brown's like. How are you going to feel if your woman is like, fair enough, this question was how are you going to feel if, you find out your girl's gone to a Chris Brown concert and she's on stage doing yada, yada, yada. How are you going to feel? She's like, I'm just going to a meet and greet for Chris Brown, blah, blah, blah. Not thinking anything of it. 2 twos, you either see this picture come out on social media of your girl in one of these positions or other girls, and it's either you see that and it's your girl, or you don't, but then you're wondering, what did my girl do at the meet and greet? Like, how's that going to make you feel? Like, just on the cuff of, just knowing, without that context, just knowing she's gone to Chris Brown meet and greet.
Well,
Is it worth the breakup?
If my girl,
That's what I would say to her.
well,
Hey, look at you.
if my girl's gone to a Chris Brown meet and greet, she might be Drake's girlfriend because why? There's no one of my age that's going to a Chris Brown meet and greet. Oh my lord.
yeah. For me, it's two things. One of two things. I think I've seen the prices of these Chris Brown meet and greets.
Exactly.
So you've got to pay back all the bills that you refuse to pay. That's the first thing, right? Because these prices are incredible. I'm seeing $1,100 for him to grab your cheeks. Crazy.
Is
right?
it sensational?
Mad. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. It's a corny. It was a corny.
It
pun.
was.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, I think if you saw the picture,
Respectfully, get the F out.
if you saw the picture after the fact,
Yeah,
then
so
obviously your partner doesn't really have any respect for you because forget the fact that it's Chris Brown. She has clearly let another person, another human being, another
Respectfully,
man.
even if there was an issue.
She has no
I'm gonna take mine
guidance.
now. Even regardless of whether your partner had respect for you or not.
Oh
You can't
God,
beef Chris
stop.
Brown, bro. That guy's dance movements and maneuvers will fucking
He
give you
was
Eddie
just-
Gordo in your chin.
Do you know the crazy thing about a situation like that as well is like when people ask the question of what would you do if your girl does this, what would you do if your
I
girl
think
does
they
that?
would do if your son's at home.
My girl's allowed to do anything she wants to do.
Oh, here we go.
She's allowed to do anything she wants to do.
Here we go.
But I don't have to be your man after that.
I knew he
I
was
can't
gonna say
control you. I can't control any human and what they want to do. But I don't have to be your man after that. I would control
She's just
myself
gonna leave her crying on her own.
and remove myself from that
Chris
situation.
Maybe because she's
And
hungry.
the only way to feel it is
No, because like I think this is why people get in relationships and like they harm their partners because they believe they own them. But you don't own humans. You own yourself. That person is a grown adult. They decide what they want to do. You disrespect me, cool. I have the decision to retaliate
or leave.
or to act. Exactly. So I'm going to you're allowed to do that, but just I'm also allowed to act as, how I want to act and I don't want to be your partner for doing that. It's not hard feelings. I hope the bum grab was worth
But that's what
worth
I
it all
said.
for that.
Worth
It's
all
your
of this.
Because even if you could even make that kind of decision to put your family, your everything you've built for years. Let's say it was a long-term relationship. Everything you've built for years, you've thrown that away because for a bum grab. That just kind of shows that even I'm tapped for making the decision to get with that kind of person anyway. Because what has led me to get with a person whose decision making is that poor? That's on me. So this is why I would feel responsible and feel accountable, and I'll say, you know what, I'm a waste man, and I'll walk away.
About that. Someone said this to me the other day, yeah? If you was with someone, and if you was with a partner, and your partner cheated or did something, like, who are you beefing? The person that cheated, or would cheat with like one of your friends. who are you beefing, your friend or your partner? I said, neither one of them.
Yeah,
I
100%.
said, the reason why, there you go, because ultimately, it's poor judgment with me.
Mm.
I picked the wrong person. One, you got to charge it, you can be vexed. You got to charge it. Ultimately, you, in that dating process, before you're even with that person, you picked the wrong person. Yeah?
And you can't
You gotta
say
be
that
accountable
you
for it. At the end of
didn't
the day,
avoid any little
yeah, you got to be accountable
flags
for it.
that.
From your brethren, if you know your brethren for years, and you know your brethren was on work, your brethren took an opportunity. Cool.
That's two poor choices you've made by making
That
your
friend
friend.
and that woman.
So you've got
You know what I mean? So you got to charge it.
You've got to
yeah, man.
You've got to sit there and rethink. You know, look at the man in the mirror and be like, wow.
Yeah, ego doesn't.
Ego's the downfall of most men, bro.
Ego is what. Yeah, that's what leads people to do the whole. I'm gonna harm her. I'm gonna harm him, and I'm gonna. But I just
You
think
need
now
to get
you've got
GBG, mate. Get that going.
you've got to be in control of yourself in situations like that, man.
Last one before we wrap. Euro starts soon.
Friday.
Can't wait.
I can't wait. I've missed football.
We'll be out with things. I said Euro starts soon.
yeah.
Well underway. Do you have your favourites? Gabriel?
Yeah,
Who's yours?
France.
And just
Oh.
France.
No, France and Netherlands.
Alright, cool. Oh,
France, Portugal.
Oh, that's good.
Mark.
France and Portugal.
Mine's just France. I had them. I'm putting money on France. They were so close last year, and well, they got me second place.
No, there was bare in-house fighting last year. That's what last time. That's what
Yeah.
I do think no, but I do think well.
Who's playing up front for France?
Even the way
Jerusalem.
Wow.
Even the way they capitulated against Switzerland was strange.
No, there was bare in.
Xhaka
I read
was-
the stories. There
Who's
was bare.
Xhaka was running the show that game though. Xhaka played out his skin.
Mbappe,
For France.
Mbappe, Thuram, or Giroud. And mine are France, Portugal. Dark horses are Belgium or Netherlands. I see Lukaku being top goal scorer.
Yeah, he finds a way to do it, innit? Yeah, he finds a way.
Who's got the group of death though? There's
I can't remember their name.
Any
I
group
haven't looked at
England,
any of the groups. I need to look actually.
any
group
group
England
England's in, they will say it's a group of death. But England will be playing some nonsense.
negative football.
Lose, yeah.
So yeah, guys, this has been episode 203 of the DSP podcast. You can find the DSP in all your favorite DSPs. My personal favorite YouTube. You can find my Mark O, Cadia's, and Gabriel's information in the description below. You can find the website link, the TikTok link, the Spotify playlist link, Mark's photography website, and O's book website. House of Jollof coming soon. I think it's dropping in the summer.
Coming, bitches.
Pause.
That's what he said.
You. What have I missed? What have I missed? I've been Reese. To my left been.
Did you remember we used to do this back in the day?
Yeah, I can still do it. It's off my memory. To my left is.
Miss Small.
To my right's been.
Drinks.
Next to him's been.
Oh.
Behind the camera's been.
Gabriel.
And remember, what is it? The braids. But sometimes you gotta pop out and show. You get me?
Yeah, there you go.
Peace and love, strength and blessings.
And if it ain't snowing.
Shut your mouth, bro.